we're going to be covering bunkers. Bunkers, for a lot of people, are the bane of their short game. They either leave the ball in the bunker and can't get it out, or they'll fin the ball over the back with no control. The first things first, you need to be using a high lofted wedge. If you're not using a sand wedge or a lob wedge, you might be struggling to get any elevation. And also, what these do provide is a good amount of bounce on the club. So if we don't know what bounce is, it's actually the angle from the leading edge of the club, so where the club face, but the bottom of the club, the straight part of the club face at the bottom, all the way to the back of the ball. Back of the club. When these wedges are designed, they are designed to bounce and dig, but give us a lot of relief, especially in the sand, where the sand is very soft, the club digs in very easily. It's actually designed to then help get the club back out on the other side of impact. So make sure that you are using a high lofted club. When we're looking at setup, one thing that I see typically with people is that they just set up how like a normal chip shot would be. Unfortunately, this just won't work. Because like I said, the sand is pretty soft, the club has a tendency to go in too steep and dig into the sand. In actual fact, our setup needs to be much wider than usual. Our ball position needs to be a little bit more forward of centre. And what you can do to help with this is open the club face to the sky and then grip your club. One thing you need to remember when you do this is to lower the handle slightly. So from the side on view, it will look like this. So it'll feel like you're very crouched down to the floor and the handle is laying flat. What this will do is help dig into the sand, but also keep the loft on the golf club. When we are swinging this club, we need to make sure that we are swinging not as vertical upwards, but more or less up and around our body. Treat it almost like a full swing shot. We don't want to be too vertical, because then that means we will be dumping the club into the back of the sand and the ball won't be able to escape the sand. One key tip for bunkers is that the sand is what pushes the ball out, not the club. So making good contact close to the ball is vital. When we are set up and we've got our swing in place, we need to add speed to this. But it's not speed as in a quick transition. It needs to be a smooth transition, and we can add the speed later on into the swing. This is due to the fact that we need the momentum hitting and exploding the sand with the ball. In your follow through, make sure that you finish it all the way to target. Again, turning that torso and pushing momentum towards the target. So let's give it a go. Up and around, into impact, whilst pushing our pressure left. Keep that setup wider and lower. Handle feels a little bit lower. And there we have it. Way to target. And my divot here is very shallow. It's not steep, because what I've encouraged is this leading edge to enter into the sand.